And we're back with
Hey.
Unforgettable Conversations. Season 3, episode
5.
Today we're going to be asking some questions to each other.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Why
That's kind of what we did last episode.
Yeah.
But these are going to be a little bit more random questions. We don't know exactly what the questions are going to be.
Cool.
But we're going to start with some icebreakers. Then we'll slowly go into more complicated, deeper questions.
Oh.
So I'll give you the honors. You can start it off with what's our first icebreaker question? We got Skipper in the house.
First icebreaker question. 2. What is your name besides Joel? Do you have a
I know Jake and like Danny and Tim sometimes call me Lido.
Lido?
Lido, like Jolito. I don't know. It's a podcast, dude.
That's true. This podcast is so dumb. No, I'm just kidding. It's great. Lido. Okay, Lido. If you were playing a trivia game, who would you want as your partner? Oh, that's a good one.
My wife.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, she knows
If
more
my
than
wife
you.
wasn't there, you would be second option.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That's
Actually, maybe Danny.
cool. What the heck? I know more than Danny.
Danny would be third option.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Your wife.
right.
Good.
Do you know anyone who has been part of a pyramid scheme? Well, the funny thing is,
The reason why we're laughing, we didn't even know the questions, all right?
yeah, we didn't know the question.
That's perfect. Because I got a lot of people into. No, I'm just kidding. We were victims of a pyramid
Victims
scheme.
of a
You're
pyramid
thinking
scheme,
about
yeah.
what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, there was like this weird pyramid scheme going on not so long. Or it was a
It
while
was
ago.
years ago. It was when
ago.
you guys lived in those apartments over there by Jasper and Telephone.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah,
Telegraph.
so it was
I remember, man.
it was a weird thing that was going on like nationwide. Like people were doing it.
It's like
it was a
trendy thing.
trending thing where it was like on Instagram and.
Do you remember? Because I can explain it pretty well. I think I remember
Explain
exactly.
it if you know exactly how it went.
Okay, so a total pyramid scheme where it was like, somehow it was organized by someone. It would be like, it's a random person, right? That knows a certain someone, right? So you already have someone involved that is a well-known recipient. So you have one person saying, like, let's say, for example, I reach out to Joel, right? But I know about the scheme and I know this is going to work out for me. But I'm sure this was like happening everywhere. It was like a trendy thing, happened a couple of days where it was like, hey, you put in like a certain amount of money
It
into
was like $50.
$50, and then the next person that you get in after you will put in another 50. Then I keep like and then another third person will put in another 50, and I get $100, but there will be 50 left over for you. You just have to make sure there's 2 people after you that put in their 50s, so then you're
Exactly.
gone with 100, and there's still 50
So
bucks
in other
for
words,
the
you're
next
doubling
person.
your money. So if you would have put like $100, like the other person would have gotten $100, but it had to be specific amount.
Yeah.
Because obviously, either way, whoever's at the very end is getting kind of screwed over.
They don't end up with any
don't
money.
end up getting any money at all.
But the issue was where you had to, it was like a certain amount of people you had to get, or else
Yeah.
it wouldn't work, I guess, or it wouldn't benefit you at all.
Yeah.
And we got to a point, I think, like, we're like, oh, should we do it? Should we not do it? Remember?
We knew it was like obviously
Shady.
a scheme and it was like shady, but so many people that we knew had done it and gotten money off of it. So we're like,
But at the end of the day, we discovered no one actually got money, right?
At the end of the day, no one ended up getting money. They were just moving up the ladder,
Yeah.
but they weren't really getting money yet.
Yeah.
So they were going to be like, oh, I'm next.
Right. And we were like, oh, we were excited. We were actually like, oh, let's do it. Let's just
Yeah.
$50,
$50. I mean, we were like,
Nothing.
what's $50 between, I think the two of us.
No, it was
that.
Danny. Remember
Oh,
we split it three
So it
ways.
was like, what's $50 divided by 3? Like,
Uh,
either way, it was a little bit of money. It was
$17. Yeah, we were like, nah, all right, let's do it. Let's just throw in our money, put in $50. We'll eventually get $100 back.
Right, and then split it.
Yeah,
ways,
we-
which was like whatever.
Yeah, and I forgot what it was. It was an app or something. I don't know if it was.
You had
an
to do it through Venmo.
Venmo,
That's why I
oh.
don't trust Venmo.
app. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
You had to
I've heard
do it
stories.
through Venmo, and
Yeah.
it was weird because the person showed you like the leaderboard,
Yeah,
which showed different people and their faces and their names.
right. Make it
But
look
you
legit.
could make it didn't really look legit. You could tell like they were slowly changing it because
Yeah.
like, they were moving up the ladder. But when it came down to like you had to pay to get in the board, you were paying someone that was not even on the board,
Something like that.
some random person.
Yeah.
Just Venmo them, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the heck?
And then we got to a point where it was like, okay, well, we're just kind of waiting. It should be our turn. It should
Waiting,
be our
and then
turn.
before you know it, like I think like,
We never
in the,
got it.
in the news. It came out too that it's like, if you're doing this or if you're part of this, stop. This is a scam.
It's,
This is a pyramid scheme, and
and we fell for it.
And
And
we fell for it, yeah.
when we were waiting, we're like, okay, well, it should be our turn eventually, where we get our money back, or
Yeah.
make
And
that
then
profit.
eventually
We
we
never
just-
got the money.
We stopped hearing from them.
And so we used my card, my Chase Bank card,
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, well, we lost $50, and I'm like,
I think you ended up calling.
yeah,
and you
I called the
reported
bank
it.
and I reported like, someone took out $50 without my consent. Obviously, us knowing, we were idiots and put in the
You're
$50.
literally incriminating yourself right now. This did not happen. We're just making stuff
This
up.
is just a lie. I don't know what you're talking about.
Next question.
Next question. Anyways,
Yeah,
got money
don't
back.
fall for pyramid schemes. If it sounds too good to be true, it's because it is.
It is too good
Way
to be
too
true, which is not true. All right, deep.
Let's get deeper. I want to connect with you on a deeper level. I want our friendship to grow. I want to know what's inside your head.
Oh, okay. Inside my head. That's good. I thought something else. Anyways, all right.
Inside your kidneys.
Lido, inside my kidneys. I only have one. Don't worry about the other one. Lido, have you gone or would you go to a psych or medium? If you have been, what did they say?
No.
Has it come true?
One, I've never been, and I don't think I would. I don't really believe in like psychics or mediums or. Shoot, I'm not even a medium. I'm like a 2X.
The 2X.
No,
Would I go to a medium? No, I'm an extra large.
I'm 2XL. Come on.
Maybe an X.
Um,
2XL.
but yeah, I don't really believe in it. I feel like that's kind of like another pyramid scheme, and it's another
True.
scheme in itself. A lot of people, they just take certain like details about you, or they'll ask you specific questions that will get you to that point where they're giving you the answers. Like if you have, let's say, a wedding band, and you took it off, and there's like a mark of a wedding band, they'll either be like, "Did you recently get divorced or lose a loved one?" And they're like, "Yes, I lost a loved one." Was it your wife? Yes, it was. Okay, well, I knew because your wedding band is no longer on your finger, and you have a shade of a tan mark
Yeah.
or something like that. Or it's like, you're a very successul person. It's like, well, you were wearing a Belova watch and a
Fake.
pretty nice shirt tucked in and everything. Like they'll read you and go from there. So
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever
Play you off and
play you
try
off.
to
Yeah.
try to make it like
I wouldn't like mess with that
could be, yeah.
first place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even then, that's just like too superstitious crazy for me.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with Jolito.
Yeah. So
Next
same thing
question.
with like the whole crystals.
Oh yeah, don't do that. I mean, we wouldn't.
Next
It's up
question.
to you guys if you want to do that.
If you could travel back in time, what time period would you like to explore and why?
Oh, go back in time,
time.
and why? Okay, that's a hard one. I've always loved history. Always been fascinated by a lot of like big world events. And why? Okay.
I'll answer it too.
Okay. Yeah.
Just trying to think too. Like
That's
what,
hard.
like, would you want to go back to when our country first started?
Nah. You know
Maybe
what?
the Roaring 20s,
Mm,
50s,
nah.
60s.
Probably a
You,
lot
you
of
could
crazy-
drive a Charger, 1969 Charger.
Oh yeah.
That'd be nice.
Or the Ford Mustangs.
Ford Mustangs, little pony cars.
When gas was cheaper. Trying
What
to
else?
think. That's a good
Maybe
one.
you could see a specific event like the Berlin Wall
Mm.
coming down.
Sure. That actually happened back in 1989, last week, like back
Oh.
30 years ago.
I was like, that doesn't make sense.
was the anniversary.
1989 last week. What does that mean? That doesn't
Sorry,
make
I
sense.
don't know how to rephrase things. Basically, 30
years.
years ago,
last week.
from last week was
Back in
the anniversary of the
1939
Berlin
or
Wall
1989?
going down. Yes.
Yes.
1989.
1989.
Sure, 30
There
years.
you go.
No,
kinda crazy, though.
Yeah, pretty crazy. It's basically like that was the sign of the Soviet Union going down, and
Yeah.
that was like a big benchmark for that. I think I'm
Meet a
trying to
president,
think.
Abraham Lincoln.
Nah, I'm sure he was cool. He was
Martin
alright.
Luther King.
Maybe.
Meet someone.
I'm trying to think. Nah.
See when the
meet
first
Jesus?
Tesla
Meet
was made.
Jesus?
Meet
Nah.
Jesus.
Be like,
See the Spartans go up against the
oh,
what is it, the Persians?
the Persians. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
King Leonidas.
Man, that's hard. Just because yeah.
Alexander the Great.
No, he wasn't that great.
Einstein?
Maybe. Yeah.
Oppenheimer with the
Atomic bomb.
atomic bomb.
Eh.
No. Thomas Edison. Thomas Jefferson. $100 bill right there.
Dude, it's. Can you? Do you have an answer already? I can't think of anything like specifically.
Specifically that I would want to see in the past. I don't think there's really much in the past. I would definitely want to go to the future, but that's not the question. In the past, I would probably say something that you can't really see in the present or in the future.
Okay.
As far as like people specifically, not really. So it would have to be something that isn't like part of this. So maybe like go back enough to see like the dinosaurs or something like that.
I was thinking
That would be pretty like
cool.
sick to see because like
Yeah.
the closest thing to a dinosaur we have right now is like alligators or crocodiles.
Or
So-
Komodo dragons.
I don't want to touch those.
Yeah. They don't want to touch you.
Like, they definitely want to eat me.
I don't
But yeah, I'd probably say the dinosaur age, or maybe even like the 50s, 60s,
Yeah.
70s.
I think
probably like the 50s or 60s.
50s
yeah.
or 60s.
If that wasn't an option to go that far back to see dinosaurs.
Yeah, I see what you mean. For me, I think honestly, like as a Christian, I would have definitely loved to have seen Jesus in person. You know,
That would be that.
I think about it, really think about it. Like we don't have a clear image. The Bible sometimes describes it in different gospels and different parts. Like, oh, he had these features and everything. And of course, we know he was Middle Eastern and he was of Jewish descent. So there's a lot of like ideas, but there's no like one specific like
There's no image of.
Yeah, and
He wasn't white with blonde hair and blue eyes.
Of course not. Anyways, but I think it would be cool to like at least be like, oh my God, that's Jesus. Oh my God, this is so cool.
You're famous.
You're famous.
They
Oh my
wrote a
God,
book about
big
you.
fan. Biggest fan ever.
Biggest fan. Look, they wrote a book about you. I like the movie more. I know you kind of died in the movie, but
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Jesus.
Sorry,
but
look.
I know that you know.
that- yeah,
3
you know.
days, you're back up.
Back to normal.
I love all the memes about like the Roman soldier calling like the black guy like. Like
the
Roman
black guy with the cell phone or
yeah,
something like that?
finding finding the cave where Jesus was buried, like when he's no longer there, he's just on the phone. But I think as a Christian, finding or being able to see Jesus would be pretty
Yeah,
great.
That actually would be a good option.
Yeah, and then another, I think right now I just thought of something like, I guess going back in time to be able to see like this is kind of like a weird thing, but I'm also really interested in Mexican history. So
I was actually going to say something similar to that, but I'll tell you right now.
okay, cool. Being able to see like the Spaniards come and arrive to the New World, to come to Mexico and make contact with, I guess, like the Mexicas or the indigenous people
that were there.
Yeah, and before the Aztecs, it was the Mexicas and the Teotihuacans, something like that. But I think it was just
Wasn't it the Mayans?
they made contact with them, but only like briefly, and they were in another part of Mexico. Might have been a different era too, but just to see the interaction and just be like hiding in a bush and like seeing like, what are they gonna do?
Coming.
Oh my
They're coming.
God.
They're speaking Spanish.
I understand that.
Si se puede.
I think that would have been a cool
That
thing
would,
to
yeah,
see.
that would be cool.
And that's the only thing I can think of.
Okay, so I thought of something that I was like, okay, I would definitely want to see this. Watching the pyramids be built in Egypt. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
'Cause those things were like they weighed so much
Yeah.
at the time. Well, even now they weigh so much, and at the time there wasn't technology like there is today.
Yeah, that's true.
To be able to do and perform.
What if it's the aliens? What if you see aliens like
If I see a ship,
dropping the squares or the blocks?
I'm telling everybody. I'm recording it. I'm like, yeah, I caught you, dude. Yeah. Red-handed. It wasn't
Sure,
the
slaves.
Egyptians. Yeah, plenty of slaves did that.
Just kidding.
It was the aliens.
Is the aliens? No, I mean, yeah, that would have been cool.
Because even if it took like hundreds of years
I was
to
gonna say
do,
it did take-
like I would want to see like kind of like a time lapse
process.
Like, boom, boom, boom. Like okay, it took them 500 years to move it like 90 feet.
Yeah, yeah, that would have been okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I agree with
but to
you.
be able to see all that process.
Yeah.
Boom, next one and the next one, and the next one, and eventually
Leading to the final product.
forming into that. Or even like the Colosseum, how
yeah.
in Rome, originally it was all marble.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
When we went to Rome, like there was still marble pieces that they left behind.
Wow.
But originally they were saying like it was all marble.
All marble.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it was
interesting.
pretty amazing. So
Cool.
stuff like that being like maybe not built, that one not built, but like be able to go there when it was like fully up and running.
Yeah, at
That
its
would be-
peak when it was
yeah.
like pristine and just built and like, all right, cool, you know.
Yeah, that would be pretty
That's
cool.
cool. I like that. Great stuff. Great stuff. All right,
All right, let's go a little bit deeper.
deeper. I want to go deeper with Joelito. We're talking about the cards.
That's weird.
Okay, you know you want. Anyways, do you need more harmony in your life? If so, in what way?
What's the definition of harmony?
Harmony, peace,
What is harmony?
tranquility,
Tranquility.
no worries, maybe-ish. That's what I'm thinking. Harmony,
Timon and Pumbaa.
or isn't that a type of wood?
It works. Harmony.
Yeah,
I thought that was like
mahogany.
mahogany. I thought that was an artist.
No, that's
No, that's Fifth Harmony.
Fifth Harmony.
Yeah, harmony. Isn't it harmony like in sequence or something like that? I don't even know what it is.
No, we need to.
We need Google. Sorry, we need Google. We don't know a lot of big words.
Of course.
And
Not. Yeah, we're.
we try our best, but
He didn't graduate college.
I didn't graduate college.
English is not my first language. All right.
that's a perfect excuse for both of us.
SOCKs. Harmony, the combination of simultaneously sounded musical notes to produce. I can't even read chords and chord progressions, having an arrangement of four gospels of any parallel narratives. Oh, okay, well, I guess I was wrong.
So like everything falling in place.
Falling in place, yeah.
I mean, doesn't everybody want everything to fall in place like perfectly, or
Not
to
some-
be in harmony?
Not some people. They just want to see.
They just want
Joker. This is not me. Yeah, something. I guess everything to fall into place or be aligned.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah. I mean, who would
Do you need more?
Oh, wait, what was the question?
Do you need more harmony
Oh, I mean, like,
in your life? If so, in what way?
oh, in what way? I mean,
Yeah.
I think
Deeper.
Yeah, that's definitely a deep question. I think as much as I would want to, I think there's also benefits of being patient and allowing that to slowly and gradually build up.
Okay.
Versus trying to force it and have harmony and everything going right. Because sometimes you need to have little hiccups and mistakes to be able to grow.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say, I think I would want that in all areas of my life, but
The reality
is I think I would appreciate it more if I just kept course.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. That's good. Yeah, okay. Anyways, it's not a good answer, but no, we do.
What about you?
We do what we got. Do I need more harmony in my life? I think I'm really like, I don't want to say like I'm in a perfect place, but I'm in a place where I'm good. You know, I think like I am super grateful with what I have. I have health. I have my family. I have a job, a career, a roof over my head, clothing on our backs. I have shirts. I have hands, fingers, nails, bracelets, sunglasses, beard. Him, of course.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, sure. I got him. Yes, I have good friendships, and I'm just kidding. He's
You know what? Get out of here.
blessing in
I
disguise.
can do the podcast by myself.
You didn't even want to be in your podcast. I just came because I felt bad for you.
Ah.
Sorry that you're like by yourself on. I could have had more fun with Danny over there sleeping in his. Oh, that sounds wrong. He was not.
You're gonna sleep with Danny
No, not with him.
just next to him.
Just next to him. He has 2 beds in his room. Don't ask why. Long story short.
We're gonna do a podcast there.
For that, yeah, we will. Yeah, the next
Eventually
one will be.
we will.
Yeah,
He just set it up with a couple couches.
Yeah, he's got the couches
They
already.
can play.
No, but yes, relationships, like good friendships and stuff. Like I think I'm in a good place, but you also have to be careful with where you're at, with your comfort zone. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with stability and having that, place where you're like good and stuff. But sometimes, you get too comfortable. That's why it's called the comfortable zone or comfort zone.
Comfort zone.
And you might not grow where you want to grow to or have what you want to have. You have to take those chances. You have to go and reach out and put in the work if you want more. And I feel like I'm in a good place now. I know I'm going to have to put in the work and get out of that zone so I can find or have what I deep down want or know I need to have.
Gotcha. And to jump, kind of throw on top of that, I would consider you successful,
Thank you.
especially at your age.
Thank you.
if someone wanted to ask you for some advice, kind of like a little bit like that, what advice would you give them as far as like, how can I be more like you?
Oh, okay.
Like if it was someone younger
Yeah.
or even yourself 5-10 years ago, where it's like you've gotten to this place now in life where you are comfortable, you are able to be happy with the things that you have and not want for more. What advice would you give to those people that feel like they're not at that place yet or barely coming up, and how they can get to the same place that you're at?
Same place. I'm thinking back of your answer about it. How, you obviously want something, stable. You want to have that harmony. But, you knew it took time, and you knew there would be those hiccups. There would be those struggles and those hurdles and the things that we face in life. And I think it's a process. It takes time. Be patient. You're going to go through a lot of things. And I would tell anybody, like, to get to where I'm at, first of all, you're not going to have what I have, or we're never going to have the same experiences, and we're not going to have the same end goals. But you just got to be patient, and you got to give it time. Because I'm thinking also about our last episode where we were talking about how we met 7 years ago. Like, if you think about it, 7 years ago is like a long time.
3 more years is going to be 10.
Oh my gosh, I've known this guy for almost a decade.
Decade.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, nothing wrong with that. But I mean, if you think about it, like 7 years have gone by super fast.
Yeah.
Like super fast. And, you think like, oh, I don't have time. I got to rush. I got to speed and, through life, or, like I still haven't achieved this. I still haven't gotten this. I still haven't, started, a career that I want, or maybe I haven't even started the school I want to go into. I don't have a spouse or a significant other. Like, everyone around me is, already having that or getting that. Like, I think, like, I've come to the realization that you just have to be patient, and God will have the perfect timing for you. It's not your timing, it's his timing. And also, like, everything will work out, to your own benefit when you do your part and you trust in God that he'll do his part. And I think, like, today I can honestly say, like, I'm good. I'm chilling. Like, I'm not rushing. Like you said, I feel like I have accomplished a lot of good things. And, like, I look up to you and see, like, you've also accomplished a lot of things. And you were probably patient. You had to be patient, when it came to marrying your spouse, having your home, having that career. You were talking about last episode, you were talking about how, you were a porter, then you worked for this company, and then went to this company. It took time,
Time, yeah.
It's not like it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
But like, that's why where I'm at, it took time, but I just knew to, like, or now I can, like, look back and appreciate that and know, like, oh man, I just had to, like, be patient and take my time, not rush it. And that's, like, how I'm living now, just not rushing, enjoying day by day and making the best out of every day. Yeah. So
like, pretty much telling them, be patient, all in due time, making the right decisions when they do present themselves to you.
yes.
And not trying to force the process.
Yeah.
Essentially. What's actually kind of funny? Like, I was actually thinking about this the other day, and I was going to say it in the podcast because I was like, back then, like, I would think that, by back then, I want to say like
16, 17?
No, it's like 2000. Sorry, 2006, 2007.
Okay.
When we were like in
sixth grade,
7th grade.
7th grade, yeah. Middle school.
I would always think that, like, successful was you had your house, you had your car, and you had
a wife, the trophy wife.
Not a trophy wife, but, like, you were married and whatnot, had kids. But another thing was the pay. The pay was the significant thing that that always stuck out, because everybody thinks, okay, there's hundreds of houses, so you can think, oh, as long as it's a house, whatever, car, whatever, and the person you're gonna marry, it's like you don't know who they are yet.
So whatever.
The thing the thing you can focus on is the actual number of, like, money.
Okay.
That's what I thought of. Like, okay, I don't know what the answers are for those or the options yet, but I do know this. Back then, I always thought $25 an hour. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Now that's like
minimum
wage is, you can't even afford gas.
You can't even afford gas with $25. But that's what I thought. Like, that was not that long ago. It was 2006.
Yeah. Times change.
Yeah, and that's what I thought, because I was like, whoa, like 25. If I can find a way to, like,
make $25
$25 an hour, like, oof. I don't know what I gotta do, but
Yeah.
like I gotta see a way to get as close as possible to $25 an hour, because I heard like some
People would
people's
make
parents
more
were making
or less.
$25 an hour, and some parents were making less than $25 an
Yeah.
hour back then, and it's like, okay, well, if I want to get to that point where I'm successful, $25 an hour is the goal. And once
Right.
I got to that point, I kind of started like realizing like, oh,
That's
the
nothing.
reality is
I
it's
need
nothing,
more.
but in a good way too, because it's like success is kind of what you make it, but
Right.
also you it's not about like chasing a high number. It's not a specific success should be technically. That's what I'm saying. Like, I believe you're successful. I believe I'm successful. We're content with what we have, and anything more is just a blessing.
Yeah.
So that's what I think success is: being happy with where you're at in life,
Yeah.
and with what you have, and being patient. That if more was to be coming your direction, it's just another blessing from God.
Amen.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Yeah.
But that's why I want to say that like $25 an hour, because like, now I'm like way past that, and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah, that's
Like, I was so stupid.
that was
Boy,
so
boy,
dumb.
boy.
Like,
Oh my
where
God.
was my math at?
But I mean, when you're a kid, when you're little, $25 an hour is like, oh,
yeah. Well, I mean, even now, a lot of people that were like, let's
That's
say
true.
that they're younger podcast listeners are thinking, okay, if I can make like $19 an hour somewhere where minimum wage is like 15, that you're already making top dollar.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
$25 an hour is still high up there
Yeah.
if you think about it. So, yeah.
Cool. You want to go with the last question?
Next question.
Dun, dun, dun. Joel's going
Okay.
deeper.
What important life lessons have you learned from being single?
Oh.
Well, I'm married, so I don't have
He's
to answer
married.
this
I'm
question.
single. What important life lessons?
How
have
about
you learned?
I'll answer it, but I'll change it for married.
Oh, what important life lessons have you learned from being married? I like that. So that's good. We have two different point of views. You're married. You have a significant other, or another responsible party to be, I guess, in charge. Not in charge of, but like that you have You're responsible for.
Responsible for, yeah.
And I myself, I'm by myself.
A little violin.
Violin's a miniature violin, like it's from
Saddest
SpongeBob.
song ever.
No, it's all right. What important life lessons have you learned from being single? I think,
I feel like both of our answers are going to be similar.
yeah, you can get fat. No, I'm just kidding. No, no.
Is that a life lesson?
I mean, it is.
I already got that.
Hold on. I gotta really think about it. Oh, sorry. It's your dad's calling me.
Oh.
I gotta tell my work. Call you back.
Yeah.
Oh, that was interesting.
That's weird.
Yeah, that
At
was
first I
your
was like, is something vibrating?
Yeah,
Or-
I know. Oh man, hold on. I gotta think about it real quick.
I'll start thinking about it too. Okay,
Sure.
so, like,
Yeah, it's kind of like there's a lot.
see it?
What important life
Maria,
lessons?
What important life lessons have you learned from being married?
Thanks.
I think for me, probably like patience and understanding.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
like,
that
I feel
would-
like there's a lot of like,
Things
for you, it might be patience for finding your significant other. For
Yes.
me, it's patience as far as understanding and communicating to my significant other,
Mm-hmm.
because I believe one of the biggest lessons that you can learn from being in a relationship or being married is communication.
Oh, yeah.
Communication
That's key.
really is key.
Yeah.
Because
Two different beings.
two different people,
Have to
if they don't understand, they don't know why you're doing a specific thing, or you like a specific thing that they are doing the opposite of that, well, how are you supposed to, like, let's say our friendship, if there's not communication between each other, if there's not
Sound effects.
communication, like, let's say I do something like I tap the table every single time or something like that.
Okay.
Or I have a tendency of every single time I get a ride from you, like I slam the door or something
Right.
like that, and that's like your prized possession.
And I
your
find
car.
that annoying
Or you
or
find that
irritating,
annoying
or I get like
irritating.
kind of
It's
like mad. And why
but
you
you
do that?
don't communicate, and I don't know about it. Then how am I ever going to stop it?
Right.
And same thing with like if it was the opposite direction, if it's like there's a specific thing that you do that bugs me about, I don't know, like when something that you normally do. I don't know, like
Pick my nose, fart.
pick your nose, fart,
front
or
of you.
something. Maybe not something like that because I feel like that's natural. But
Oh, okay.
maybe like I don't know. Maybe you go to a place and you don't ask me if I want to go with you or something like that. I
Okay.
think that's some
No, or
bit-
maybe I say negative things in front of you all the
Yeah.
time about maybe like, you know, your family. Like, you know, like, oh,
yeah, where it's like yeah, we're friends, but
that's just a little rude and
it's rude and
disrespectful.
he shouldn't be saying that.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, well, how does he know? He just thinks he's joking around with
Yeah.
you guys.
Or what example would you use about you and your wife? Since, you know.
Let's see. Maybe like communicating about like certain things. Like if I'm gonna change the office, like I'm not the only one that uses this office. Like she uses it too for the podcast and for other things.
Gotcha.
And or the business. And if I decide, oh, one day like I'm just gonna tear all this down and put a new design, which actually we're doing on that side of the. You guys can't see it right now,
Wall's
but
bare.
we're gonna turn the other wall into like a secondary option. But if I were to do that without like communicating or not really like asking permission, but like getting that like, hey, what do you think about this idea of changing it? And she's just kind of like, okay, well, that doesn't go with my theme, or that's not going to work for me. And you just changed it without like communicating. Like we're supposed to be a team,
Right.
and you're choosing to make a decision by yourself. So that communication in itself, it's vital, because if not, that could start problems. Because for the next 3 years, that wall might look with all red squares, and I changed it or something like that. And she just looks at it, and like every single time she thinks, I'm mad at him because he did that.
How dare
I'm mad at him. Like weeks later pass by, I'm mad at him because he did that. Or if it was vice versa, she turned it and like painted the wall
Purple.
pink or purple or something like that.
Yeah, or
and
gray
it
or
looks
black
good for
or
her
white, yeah.
podcast or her just environment. It looks nice.
But you
for
don't
me,
like
it's
it,
like,
and she never communicated
Yeah.
that with you. You're like, what the, you know?
yeah, or
goes
I
off.
have to change the direction of the podcast video because I don't want the pink to be showing. And it's like every single time I'm like, well, she didn't communicate with that. So this is just an example.
No, it's a good example. Yeah,
but
definitely.
Stuff like that where it could bug someone and cause problems later on down the line when it could have been solved by just communicating
Yeah.
from one person to another.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, what do you think about this idea? You know what? I don't really like that too
Mm-hmm.
much. Let's try to do something else. Okay. Versus like same thing with the other person. If they want to just always please the other person, what do you think about this idea? Like, I'm going to paint the entire room black.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it'll look nice, I think. And they don't actually express or communicate their opinion.
Yeah.
Now they're stuck with that.
Yeah.
And now they're secretly resenting them for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of like communication and understanding and give and take from each other.
So one answer. Oh, real quick, I'm going to interrupt. So your dad texted me. He's like, "Hey, what is the name of your podcast with Joe?" And I was like, "That's so funny." Yeah, just unforgettable conversations. Yeah. See, he said like, "Come see him."
Oh,
You're right.
oh, yeah. He sent it in Spanish.
Yeah, in Spanish. And I'm like, ¿Qué te importa? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. And that's like, what do you care?
It's kind of funny because my parents actually love to watch the podcast.
Really?
Yeah, they always have it on the TV.
That's crazy.
They
Because
like
my
watching-
parents hate it. And they're like reporting it to YouTube, like,
trying to flag it.
Estos son perros.
No, but
That's cool. Yeah, that's great. Supportive parents. I love his
Yeah.
parents. Shout out to his parents. They're amazing. They're also like parents to me.
they support our podcast. They keep us in line too. So
They adopted me. They paid for welfare and child
support
child support, so I could go through
child
college.
support?
Wait, no, that
doesn't make sense.
I need support
paid
and
the
of my
other
child. But yeah, great parents. So I was just thinking about, I guess, kind of talking about like what important lessons I've learned being single. He would get that question for me though. That's a bird.
I didn't pick these.
It was destiny.
It was destiny.
Destiny.
It was Jesus.
Jesus knew that. He's like, we want to know why you single, or not why,
Why
but
you single? That's not the question.
What
It says,
important?
what did you learn from being single?
What being single?
have you learned?
I think it's also cool to like, not cool, but I guess sometimes I learn from other relationships. You know, you can observe.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like
Observe from the outside.
Yeah, outside. Observe from the outside. You and Kez and James and Jax and it's cool to be like, kind of learn and be a witness to like what's going on, and then I was going to say this is kind of like also another answer. It's something I've learned is to be selfless. I guess it's the opposite of selfish. Um, I think it's important to be able to put that person first, and also you hope that the other person puts you first, if you know what I mean. Make it like
Okay,
a competition, but a good competition where it's like, no, let me treat you first, or let me do this for you first, or let me try this. I guess put the other person before yourself.
So almost like testing if that person's gonna reciprocate.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to
both.
test them. You want to already be in or like get into a relationship knowing like, I guess like, oh, are you gonna do the same for me?
Right, yeah.
And then yeah, that's like kind of being selfless. But you also have to be selfish with it yourself. You can't.
You do.
It's important to kind of like treat yourself and be wise about what what you have in your life, what
Finding
you
the
do in
right
your life.
person for you too.
Finding the right person. Obviously there's no perfect person. We as humans, each our individual selves are not perfect. Like I know I'm not perfect. I know you're not perfect. You're almost there, but not there. But what's it called?
Not perfect. Definitely not.
Not perfect. But just know like
2XL.
2XL. A medium.
Not perfect, dude.
Don't worry, we'll get your size. But you have to be selfish too about like who you put in your, or like who's in your life. You can't just, you want to put like high quality people, as in people that are gonna want the best for you, that work hard, that are good examples. People that are you look up to, and that also includes like I guess selfless, where you don't just settle for whatever, you don't settle for whoever you like or someone that likes you, but there isn't really chemistry, and there isn't really respect. Those are a lot of things you want.
Right.
So I've learned a lot from other people, and I've learned that you have to be selfless, put the other person first, but also you have to put yourself first. And it's at the end of the day, it's you, yourself, and God, and then that other person should be someone that supports you and runs the same race along your side, next to you.
Yeah.
And just yeah, I don't know, work on yourself. Always be working on yourself every day if you can. Even the mundane, even little things like trying to be better, doing an act of kindness, showing gratitude. All those little things I think do build up your own character. Lately I've been like, sometimes I'll just like, occasionally like will compliment someone, or I'll do a good thing for someone. My neighbor was struggling with like being able to watch some games the other day, the World Cup, and I told him like, oh, I can help you out. So I went to his house and I was helping him. He was so grateful, and like those little things, I'm like making me feel good, and then also like I know I'm helping out other people.
Like I think we had a Friendsgiving
Oh, yeah.
party not so long ago, and one of the things that I noticed
Last week.
Yeah, I noticed that was awesome about Alex is that instantly, like, no one asked him, no one told him like, hey, we need help like bringing all the dishes in here. Like, he was just there. He was one of the first ones where it was like, okay, you know what, these dishes need to be washed, just start bringing dishes to me, I'm gonna wash them all. And even after he did that, we did this at my mom's house, he went and go ahead and like clean the stove too. So it's like no one even asked him to that. He was joking about it too. He was like, like
I know. Like I was
nonstop.
it was funny because then like after the dishes, I was cleaning the stove, and then Sadie, your sister, was like,
she's like, you don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that. And I
she's
just
like, it's okay. The bathrooms are next.
The bathrooms are next, and everybody started cracking up.
It was hilarious. But it was like
Sadie.
he did it out of like the kindness of his own heart. That he's like, you know what? I'll wash the dishes. I'll
do my part.
I'll do my part. I'll clean, and it'll be a nice gesture, even though no one asked for it. It's like kind of like the whole having a servant's heart.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're trying to serve another person, even if you did your part. Like you had already brought like 2 dishes that you made yourself. So not only did you cook at home and do all that, but not only bringing that and giving it to us, and it was delicious, by the way.
Thank you.
But then also helping clean and set up everything and whatnot. So
Yeah.
it was just you could see it from people. I know for me, I struggle with that a lot too. But I think my wife's helped me with that too. Where it's like
You have honestly changed a lot. Like thankfully, you married a good wife. Where
oh, yes,
she's
definitely.
put you.
I love you, baby. She's gonna edit this later.
She's gonna edit. She's like, what?
She's helped me a lot with that too. Where it's
Yeah.
like just to help me like just do it automatically. Like it's
Great.
just a thing. Like okay, you're gonna do it. doesn't matter. Like,
That's good.
yes or not, yes or no.
Yeah.
You're gonna do
You
it.
like it or not, you're gonna do it. And
Yeah.
then yeah.
Which is a good thing because that also it shows a lot about you
Yeah.
versus me, because I feel like I struggle with that where it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it. Versus
So
you, it's
lazy.
like yeah. Versus you, it's like I'm doing it and I'm gonna do more.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why I look up to you for that. That's something that, it's a good quality, and a lot of people
Thank you.
don't see that because sometimes you're in the back, like how we were in the kitchen when we were cleaning.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not.
It was like you, me, Sarah, and like Kez that were
just
we were just cleaning and like
putting
organizing.
away
We
all the
started
leftovers.
packing all the leftovers. So once everybody was about to leave, it's like, here you go. You
Here's
can
your
take
little.
this with you.
Cass did an
Take
amazing
this
job. Yeah, putting
Yeah.
everything. You helped her out and put everything in like little boxes.
boxes.
Yeah,
So
it
that
was
way it's like, okay,
phenomenal.
we just ate, we had fun, and now there's a to-go box
Yeah.
to go with you. So
Yeah. No.
it was that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it was funny. At one moment, he and I we looked at each other and like we were talking. We had a conversation about like what distinguishes or what separates men from boys. You know?
Oh yeah, because there was like a topic that had popped up where it's like, oh, what's the difference between boys and men and girls and women? And yeah, there was that moment that
That we knew that we were men. Now that we're men.
Now that we're men. No, I do like how you were mentioning earlier, like you surround yourself with people that that do like lift you up and that do help you become better. That's why I'm saying, like, even with me, you've helped me become a better person by being that example.
Thanks.
And that's why I do like
welcome.
being surrounded by you, because it's like, if you do it, I'm eventually going to do it. Like the whole quote, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. I'm okay with that future because you are setting an example for me.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to do. You always want, like they also say, like you don't want to be the smartest person in the room. You want to put yourself in an area where there's people that are smarter than you,
Yeah.
so that you can actually grow and learn from them.
Yeah.
become better.
Oh, that's absolutely true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
a lot of smart people.
I think yeah, a big thing is the people you hang around with
will influence you.
will influence you, and if you have, some people do have it. I feel like I don't. Toxic friends, they will
Well,
eventually make you toxic too.
Danny.
Yeah, Danny, he might be toxic.
Donnie J, he's a little toxico.
Yeah, but there's like a lot of stuff that we learn from Danny too. Like Danny's very Danny's very Danny.
He's.
Let's take a moment.
Hold on. What is Danny? What does he bring to the table? I mean, besides singing, he has a great.
He is the table.
He has a good imagination.
Danny's good. There's a reason a lot of you guys know. Danny is perfect for the podcast because
He's funny.
He's funny.
He's that funny.
I honestly personally think he's the funniest. out of
Yeah,
all
he
of us.
is. I agree. Yeah.
There's no. If you guys love the humor in the podcast,
Donnie
it's
J.
because of Donnie.
Yeah, he's the funniest.
He's the funny.
He
We
knows
call him Donnie. Yeah,
Donnie J.
Yeah,
I would say
he
he's
brings. I think he's like that. He's the salt. He brings the flavor out in the food. We're like the steak and the potatoes and whatnot. I'm probably more like the potatoes.
You're the potato. I'm more of a
Steak.
nah, not that
Carne
great.
asada.
Maybe the veggies. I'll be the veggies. Green
And that gives it the flavor though.
Yeah,
like
but
Danny
Danny
mixes like, oh,
gives that
potatoes and like vegetables. You mix together, throw some salt,
cheese.
boom.
Yeah.
You get some cheese in there and like boom, now it's a meal. Like
Yeah.
Danny does bring a lot to the table because of the fact that he's humorous and he can also combine with anybody.
Yeah.
That's why he's one of the few people that I every single episode,
You
with the
want him.
exception of like today,
Yeah.
I want him there because of the fact that he brings the best out of other people.
Oh, he does, and
He really does.
yeah, he knows how to like.
He knows how to like conversate with them. He'll say random stuff, but it's also funny.
He's
that
hilarious, yeah.
helps other people feel like, oh, I can be that funny too.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
I
they
totally
try to
agree.
be funny, and it's genuine funny.
Yeah.
They're not like forcing it out, and it brings the best.
Yeah,
Out
yeah.
of everybody.
Definitely.
So Danny's definitely that.
You're missed, Danny.
You're missed. Except for today, he didn't want to come.
Yeah, well, that's his fault.
No, he was feeling
I'm
sick. So.
sick and tired. Whatever.
Sick. Walk it off.
Walk it off,
Walk it
little
off.
niña.
Now drive.
Not drive. Get in your car.
Get in your
Get
car.
over here.
Get over here now.
Like it's just COVID. Don't worry about it. You'll be
Come on.
You'll be fine. Just
We
kidding.
all
It's not
have it.
COVID.
Yeah,
No,
it's not COVID.
no. I
He's
don't
fine.
think yeah.
He's just he had a headache and he had it for a couple hours.
Yeah. I told him drink
Just wasn't
water.
feeling
Drink a
good.
lot of water. Tylenol.
Yeah, some ibuprofen or something like that.
Oh.
He's probably watching this episode. Oh, eventually he will be.
Later, maybe. Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. We have currently we just finished season 2. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, we just finished it like live wise.
Right.
And we're still gonna post, and this is technically episode 5.
5.
So by the time that they actually see this,
It's gonna be a month from now.
or something,
This might come out in
I mean,
Christmas time. Ish.
maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, I still want to do I'm gonna try to post them sooner
Okay.
than later, because it does make it a little bit difficult when you want to post something. It's like
Yeah.
there's still I can't show this until I show the other episodes. So it's like
Oh,
they're all kind of scheduled. I
Yeah.
think we just scheduled out season 3, episode 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have 4 and 5, and yeah, but we're trying to do maybe I might do every Tuesdays and Fridays I post to make it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
That way, because they're lengthy episodes.
Yeah.
Think about
Long.
it.
I don't know. Hey,
And we appreciate everybody that is
watching.
watching, subscribed, that liked all our
or
videos, that
commented. Please, we love your comments.
We
They're
love your comments.
hilarious.
They're awesome.
Even the negative ones.
Even the negative ones, which there's very little, but still.
I
they're
mean,
awesome.
hey, be honest. That's
Be
why
honest,
we
yeah.
were
That's what-
out.
Yeah,
You know.
that helps us learn.
Yeah.
We learn
or
from our
just
mistakes.
Be like, this is funny, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the people watching it. What was the comment you sent or you showed me today?
There's a lot of funny comments.
Oh, what was
that popped up.
the nice one about how that made his day or something like
Someone we've been getting a lot of posts where we're popping up the YouTube algorithm
Mm-hmm.
is helping us pop up in people's home pages.
that? Okay.
So they'll see okay, this video has 1 million views. This one has 370. This one has blah, blah,
Negative
blah.
5.
And
Ours
then,
that's
and then
negative 5.
ours pops up and we have 47 views.
Hey, that's
But
more than
hey, it's awesome because now we're popping up on
46.
people's pages
Yeah.
and people are commenting. And thank you to all those people that commented.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, I can't believe I just found this. This was hilarious.
Yeah.
I can't believe it only has 47 views. Or this is awesome. I just found it on my homepage.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
You guys don't have that many subscribers or something like that. So thank you guys. We actually hit 100 subscribers today.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Which one's the...
Which one? I don't know. No, there we go. Applause. Thank
100
you to
subscribers.
all you guys. We finally hit 100 subscribers.
Yes, 20 of you guys is my mom and her accounts.
And Alex
Yeah.
is saying that he made 6 accounts and
Yeah,
subscribed.
I was like, oh, we're at 94. Let me just make 6
more. We were almost there. Oh, we got it.
Subscribe. 100.
No, yeah, we appreciate
Thank you.
everybody that's
Appreciate it.
been watching us from the beginning. I know the first episode. Oh man, we've improved
Yeah.
really a good amount. Even our audio, we ended up going from the an old recorder to this new one.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
And it's we've invested a good amount of money, but we wanted to create quality content and slowly building up and trying new things to give everybody a good experience while they're watching it.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you, Joel, because you're the one we're in your home, your room. You set up everything. You have the little padding, you have the table, you bought the material and all the instruments and everything, which is awesome. Thank you so much. What's it called? And yeah, it's fun. It's a fun experience. It's fun to bring the guys. It's fun to bring guests, and it's cool to just conversate. I guess I'm sure a lot of people would want to start a podcast or have the idea oh, I want to do what they're doing, or oh, this is so great. I want to do something similar. I want to be known and stuff. And I think you just took that leap. You just oh, you know what? Let's do it. I'm
literally
gonna buy
from when it took me a day to practically went bankrupt. I spent a lot of money, but it was worth it. And I think
cool.
a lot of
Yeah.
people can easily start their own podcast. I know that there's some people that have way
Yeah.
more subscribers than me, way more views, and they're doing it out of their car. It's simple, but at the same time, it's you just have to actually take the leap and do it.
Yeah, it's fun stuff,
Yeah,
Maybe
and,
even just by yourself, or
commentate on a couple different things. You guys can easily start your guys' own podcast, and we might even subscribe.
yeah. No, send your own podcasts, and I probably won't subscribe. I don't even listen to this one.
I actually
busy at
go
work.
through. I read all the comments. I actually
You better.
like all the comments and appreciate everybody that's subscribed.
Yeah.
And I
Thank you so
actually go
much.
through and
Muchísimas gracias.
rewatch everything.
Vielen Dank. Yes. Yeah, that's cool. And saying thank you in German.
Oh, say it.
Vielen Dank. Vielen Dank.
That's it.
Yeah. Thank you
Vielen
very
Dank.
much. Vielen Dank.
Vielen Dank. Thank you.
Yeah.
Vielen Dank.
Yeah.
Gracias.
There you go. Gracias.
What's another one?
Arigato. No.
Arigato. No,
Is that
arigato.
thank you?
Oh,
Is that hello?
arigato is I think thank
Is
you.
it? Thank you. Oh, okay. I just guessed.
Arigato.
Arigato. All right, cool. Well, thank you. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us, and let's see if we can end this with. Thank you all, and continue to subscribe for those people that are new. Like, hit the notification bell to see the most recent posts. There's plenty of podcasts that are coming out. Like I told you, we have now almost five so far, but
5 or 6
and
episodes.
that's of today, like that
Yeah.
are gonna be coming out
Cool.
like right away. So, and then check out the shorts, check out the clips. The clips are just highlights of the podcast. Check them out, like them, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you. God bless you all. Amen.